On to Brian Mast. He has now been named the chair of the U.S. House Foreign Affairs Committee. There he is in his IDF uniform. So he served as a volunteer in the IDF military. He wasn't forced to go. He's not Jewish. He's a Christian. He's an evangelical Christian. And he just loved Israel and decided to sign up for their army. That was after he had already served in the United States and had both of his legs blown off. He then went with and volunteered with the IDF. Brian Mast has taken over $600,000 from AIPAC. He was the guy that wore his uniform, as you see in this picture. He walked through Congress and walked through the Capitol halls wearing an IDF uniform, wearing the uniform, the military uniform of a foreign country. That is highly treasonous, in my opinion. There is no such thing as a real ally. There's business partnerships that you might engage in, but these are not an ally. The only allies the United States has are the 50 states. That's it. We are our own true ally. You cannot think for a minute that, no, it's totally fine to walk the halls in the uniform of an IDF soldier, an IDF uniform, or a Canadian military uniform, or a British military uniform. At some point, you may have to go to war with these people. That's how it is. We went to war with Britain, if you remember. It was kind of a big one. We've been to war with Germany. We've been to war with a lot of these other countries. And so to kind of have this idea of these are allies, me at any minute. But nonetheless, so that's why I think it's treasonous or traitor. Well, I think it's treasonous, actually. I do. I know the definition of treason. I actually do think that it is when you are aiding and abetting a foreign government that I believe is enacting in a way that is hostile to our country. That is treason. And I believe that Israel has and is acting hostile to the United States. They just force us, as we are suffering from some sort of deranged syndrome, Nightingale. I don't know what it is. We're totally and completely brainwashed. And they've got our captor has us brainwashed. And our captor has us saying the same thing over and over again. They have programmed us. It's kind of like, remember that Elizabeth Smart case when she was kidnapped as a little girl and then she came back around as an adult and she'd been kidnapped for so long. And it was like, she'd gone out in public with her captors. She'd done all these things with her captors and people were like, what in the world? What had happened there? And what it was her captor had basically brainwashed her and scared her into saying that that was her spouse or whatever, she was told to say. Israel has done this to us, and they are an enemy of the state. They have then captured us completely and brainwashed us into saying, we love Israel. They're our greatest ally. They're our greatest ally. We will give them anything they want. And every politician has to kiss Israel's ass, and every politician has to pledge allegiance to Israel. Otherwise, they won't get elected. I mean, it's a hostile state. So Brian Mast walking around in an IDF uniform, to me, is an act of treason. He is aiding and abetting a foreign hostile government and infiltrating the United States and working to infiltrate like a frickin' Manchurian candidate. So he's taken over $600,000 from AIPAC. He wore his IDF uniform to Congress. He's also stated there's no such thing as an innocent Palestinian. Watch this.
I would encourage the other side to not so lightly throw around the idea of innocent Palestinian civilians, as is frequently said. I don't think we would so lightly throw around the term innocent Nazi civilians.
Yeah, we didn't say that. We said innocent German civilians. Okay, no one's saying innocent Hamas civilians. They're saying innocent Palestinian civilians, which is the same as innocent German civilians, which there were many. Not every German was a Nazi. A lot of them were innocent civilians. Not every Palestinian is Hamas, although Brian Mast would love to gaslight you into believing that. And he says there are no innocent Palestinians. Just absolutely crazy. And now he's going to be the chair of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. So Israel has very effectively infiltrated completely. So you'll have a Brian Mast there saying, we must give anything and everything to Israel. Everything they've asked for, give it to them, give it to them, give it to them. They're our greatest ally. How are they our greatest ally again? Somebody remind me. It was because of that orange juice drop-off in South Korea. They've never fought alongside us in a single war. And yet they're our greatest ally, right? They're our greatest ally. We've literally fought alongside Saudi Arabian troops, but we've never fought alongside Israeli troops. But they're our greatest ally, don't you know? They're totally going to protect us. No, they're going to protect themselves. And they're just using us and we're being gaslit. We got Nightingale syndrome or something. Oh, by the way, the contest, the Anti-Semite of the Year contest, it is down to 3. These are the top 3 finalists now. You have until tomorrow to vote for your favorite. Candace Owens, Hassan Piker, and Greta Thunberg are the ones that have. I'm surprised by this list, to be honest with you. I thought it would be Candace Owens and Dan Bilzerian and maybe Jackson Hinkle, or maybe I would have, I guess Greta, maybe I'm surprised by Hassan Piker on this list. And I'm also surprised by Greta. I just thought that there were better anti-Semites for them to select. But nonetheless, it's a voting thing. And so they were able to flood it with their followers, and the followers went in there and voted for their favorite anti-Semite. I think Candace Owens will win. I don't think that you can go toe-to-toe with Rabbi Sex Shmuley and not end up being the anti-Semite. She deserves it the most out of all of them. She's taken on Shmuley. She took on Ben Shapiro. There is no bigger, better anti-Semite than Candace Owens, in my opinion. So she should take home the trophy. But you have until tomorrow to vote, so we'll find out. But it's Candace Owens, Hassan Piker, and Greta Thunberg. Congratulations to them for reaching the finalists. They'll at least get a gold, bronze, and silver in the whole thing, so they walk away winners, all 3 of them. Thank you so much for watching. This was just a clip from the longer, larger show that you can catch Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, at KimIversonShow.com. That'll route you to the platform where you need to be in order to get the full, uncensored show every Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Click on that link. Watch the full interview. See you there.